Hey flower people, welcome back. How often do you find yourself in a situation where when you've got an e-commerce website for your florist business, you find yourself wondering what's happening, why is it so quiet, and what potentially do I need to do to my website to get more traffic and more online shoppers converting to flower buyers? How often does that happen? Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm designer Frank Blanchard, AIFD, and that is what I want to cover today. The last few videos I've shared specifically on the topic of getting ready for Valentine's Day for retail florists and florists that have a really strong online presence and working to optimize your e-commerce website for the upcoming Valentine's Day holiday. But just in general, when we're talking general sales for online e-commerce florist business, typically we have a wide variety of offerings on our website. But how often do you find yourself selling those items? And do you ever stop to wonder what's going through the head of the online flower buyer? Some things that can really help jumpstart your overall web business and your web traffic is to really get into the nitty-gritty of your website, not so much at SEO or the digital content of your website, but really looking at what occasions are most of your shoppers shopping for on your website, and what products do you have on your website that you're finding the vast majority of your online shoppers are gravitating towards. If you can figure that out, it makes it a whole lot easier to be able to really double down on that kind of content. And in some instances, depending on where you're at and the economy, etc., it can be possible to really 10x the amount of business you're getting online with your florist website. Now, if you really take a fine look at the items on your website specifically that sell really well, I would really suggest to you, if you're wanting to increase more online traffic and more conversion of getting your online traffic to actually commit to buying something on your website, look at those items that are your top best sellers and analyze each item and try to figure out what it is about that item that is making people want to buy it. Is it the combination of flowers that are in that item, if it's an arrangement of cut flowers? Is it a planter of indoor tropical houseplants of some sort? What sort of combination of plants is it that they're gravitating towards? Is it varieties of blooms that is getting their attention? Or is it strictly color combination that is getting their attention? Whatever that is, if you can figure that out, it really does make it possible to increase your overall online sales if you look at those items and double down on that kind of content. What do I mean by that? Well, ultimately, what can benefit you the most is to figure out of those items what's selling the best. Make other options for your online shoppers that are similar to those items that are your top sellers. If there is a particular color combination that sells really well on your e-commerce website, that would be something that you would want to think about creating a new item to sell on your florist e-commerce website that might be a slightly different style, but it's in that same color combination, or it has the same varieties of flowers, but in a different color combination, but the actual style is the same as the one that is a real good seller. Figuring out those little niches of content that is on your website and the products that you have for sale can really help you optimize your website. Ultimately, you really want to focus your attention on those items, and then the items that you have on your website that you sell very infrequently, or maybe you've got a lot of different items on your website that you've never sold before. Those items that you have never sold on your website, that's the kind of content that you want to make sure to get off of your website, because it doesn't help you any. The more you can focus on specific items that do sell really well, and also look at the digital content that you've got that go along with those items. So for retail florists, this means you need to look at the descriptions of those items. Is there anything in that description, the way that you've got it worded, that is getting people's attention and is encouraging them to buy that item? So if you make similar kinds of items to put on your website, and make sure that your digital content in your product descriptions and your pricing is not the same. You don't want to do it exactly the same, because that can actually work against you. But if you can use some of the same keywords and keyword phrases, but use them differently, use the conversation in a different manner for those new different items that you're creating, and you can really double down on that kind of content and increase your web traffic and increase your online sales. So now, as many of us are getting ready for Valentine's Day 2021, that's some content ideas that you can put to work on your website that right now could potentially help your overall web business prior to Valentine's Day this year, as well as moving ahead as we go forward into 2021. Hopefully you found that information helpful today. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, hopefully you'll do that. And if you like content like this, if this is helpful for you, please give my video a thumbs up, because that definitely helps get the video out to more people so that more people can see it. And also, I would love to hear in the comments down below, what kinds of things do you find sell the best on your florist e-commerce website, and how you're working to double down on that kind of content. I would love to hear how you are making that work for you. Until next time, I've got some other videos here on the end screen that I'd encourage you to check out so that you can really optimize your florist e-commerce website and grow that florist business. Until next time, I'll see you really soon. Be well, everybody. Bye for now.